Hello and welcome back. Today we'll be discussing what the different names are of the different degrees you have to deal with in algebra. Okay, so let's start off with an example, which is a squared plus 3b. Okay, so this is an algebraic expression, and the biggest exponent right now is, as you can see, a squared. A has the biggest exponent over here. Okay, so that is why we are going to call this a degree 2 expression. Okay, and a and b are expressions with the squared being the exponent over here. Okay, so that is the reason, that is how you check out what the degree of a term is. Okay, and a degree 2 term is called as a quadratic term. Now there are multiple other versions. Okay, if instead of the 2 we have a 3, which is a cubed, what is that going to be equal to? So let's actually go through the list. Okay, so if you have a 0 instead of that 2, let's say we're talking about a squared. Now instead of that a squared, what if you had a 0, a raised to the power 0? Then you're going to name that a constant. Some of the examples are as listed below: 7, 5, 8, any number is a constant. Okay, so now let's say we have the term 1, a raised to the power 1, which is basically just a. Those terms are called linear terms. Okay, for example, a plus 2. Now a over here has the degree, the exponent 1 over here, so it is a linear term. Okay, now as we have previously went through the stuff, a squared is a quadratic term. Okay, now the 2, whenever you see a 2, you know it's going to be a quadratic term. Okay, for example, we have a squared plus a plus 2. Over here the biggest term is the biggest exponent over here is 2. That is why this is an algebraic expression of degree 2. Now if you have a 3, it's going to be called a cubic term, or if you have like an expression, it's going to be an algebraic expression of degree 3. For example, this one, a cubed negative a squared plus 7. Now the a cubed term is the biggest term out of all of these terms, and so we are going to call this a degree 3 algebraic expression or a cubic expression. Now if you have a 4, it's called a quartic example. This is actually not a good example, I believe. Okay, so I made a mistake over here. This should be a 2a raised to the power 4. Okay, if it is 2a raised to the power 4, it is going to be a quartic term. This is still a cubic term. Okay, now if we have the degree 5 over here, it's going to be if we have the exponent 5, man, so many words, man. If we have the exponent 5 over here, is going to be a quintic term. This is an example of a quintic term. Okay, so I guess that is it. Thanks for watching, and I really hope you learned something.